Welcome, foolish mortals, to another episode of the HitchHiking Hosts Show. I am your ghost host, Wes Troop. And as you can see, the setup here is quite different. In case you haven't heard, I have moved from Pennsylvania to Ohio. So I am here now, obviously. And we're going to relaunch the show, basically, here in episode 40. What a time to do it. Because of my scheduling and whatnot, I am going to take on the show for now. So we're back to our weekly shows, and there's also going to be some different stuff. Every day on Twitter and Instagram, I'm going to post a Disney picture of the day from my vacations, and also on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/HitchHostShow, I am going to put up a ride-through every Friday for Ride Day Friday. Oh yeah. But let's see what happened this week in our weekly news roundup. If you're a fan of Innoventions at Epcot, you may want to visit it while you can. Innoventions West Pavilion will be closing on April 30th, 2015. The final day for the following exhibits: Think by IBM, Piggy Bank Adventure, and Where's the Fire will be April 29th, 2015. Where's the fire? It's in my pants. Alright, anyway. The Vision House over at Innoventions East will be closing April 22nd as well. While it hasn't been announced yet what will be taking over the area, it's known that the space will be used for something new. So, what do you guys think about this Innoventions, basically closing at Epcot? I really don't care. I went through Innoventions on my last trip and was very underwhelmed. I still remember when Innoventions first opened, and I remember playing like the Power Rangers video game there. But I just went through and I'm just like, okay, this is basically just to walk through to get to the next, to get to Future World East or West, if in case it's raining or something. So I will not miss this version of Innoventions. Whatever comes there will probably be better. Those are my thoughts. Also, Frozen Summer Fun will be returning to Disney Hollywood Studios from June 17th to September 7th. I know some of you are probably really excited, and some of you are probably really not, but what can you do? Included once again will be the Frozen Royal Welcome, which is, when Anna and Elsa are in their coaches, and Kristoff comes, and they do a little ditty about Jack and Diane. For the first time in forever sing-along show, which is still there, but it never left, so it's going to be there still. As well, which actually is going to be in a new location at the Hyperion Theater, which is the former housing of Superstar Television and American Idol. Now it's going to be called the Hyperion Theater, just like the one out in California, but there's no Aladdin show. Anyway, the Coolest Summer Ever Dance Party at the event stage, and the Frozen Fireworks Finale. So all that is coming back. New to the event will be Olaf's Summer Cool Down, which will be a show with Olaf and friends singing In Summer, and I'm sure there will be other hijinks to go around. The ice skating and the snow ground and the Oaken's Trading Post will not be returning for this year's event. So moving over to Disney's Animal Kingdom, you can vote to name the new baby rhino girl that was born in February on the Parks blog. So go on the Parks blog and you can vote for these names. The choices are Alora, Jama, Kiama, Kiara, and of course Wesita. That last one is actually not real, but that would be a good name to name the rhino. But I voted for Jama, so you could say Jama. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. But definitely head over there and you can help name the rhino baby girl, and I'll let you know what the name is when they announce it. Heading over to the Magic Kingdom now, yet another dessert party is making its way to the park. The Tomorrowland Terrace Dessert Party will be transforming into the Wishes Fireworks Dessert Party on July 5th, 2015. The selection of desserts will include everything from ice cream to chocolate-dipped strawberries and character-themed cupcakes. Then, of course, you can wash it down with a sparkling cider while you have a great seat for the Wishes Fireworks Spectacular. The cost is $49 for adults and $29 for children, and you can make your reservations now. I've never done one of these dessert parties, but this one sounds interesting. I know having to fight my way through the crowd for the wishes gets old, and a humongous tree was blocking my view this past time to the left, and me and the people around me were saying, "Oh, look at that gorgeous tree." So it might be worth it to look into that, but if you have the extra money, I think it definitely is. I would do it if I had the extra money on a trip. Heading over now to Disney's California Adventure. We're going on the other coast, baby. Smokerjumper's Grill opened this past week at Disney's California Adventure. It's the first new phase of the new Grizzly Field Airfield, which replaces the Condor Flats area of the park. The former Taste Pilot's Grill is a quick-service dining location, and the rest of the area will be opening later this spring. Yes, this is the first phase of this new area, which was the Condor Flats area where Soarin' over California is, and they're putting it into with the Grizzly Peak, where Grizzly River Run is. I think this is a good idea. Condor Flats is only really home to Soarin' over California, and that's pretty much it. So to have one land based all around just one ride is a little, So I really like this idea of extending that Grizzly area into this. I have no problem with it, and I can't wait to see the area. Will be all open when I go there in May this year, so I will get to see the new area. Also, speaking about that Disney Parks blog, we were just talking about the Rhino earlier, the March Magic tournament is back. Yes, and you better vote for the Gracie Manor Ghouls. 30 teams face off, 16 representing Walt Disney World and 16 representing Disneyland. Remember last year they did this? It's basically the March Madness for Disney, which I think is awesome. You can vote on Facebook, you can vote on Twitter, you can vote pretty much wherever. We'll see if anything can dethrone last year's winner, which is Disneyland's Pirates of the Caribbean, which is definitely a good ride, which will be open this time when I'm there. Thank the Lord. We'll see if anything can dethrone them. Download your brackets now. And also a little gem here to mention, Mission to Mars attraction opened this week back in 1975. Alright, some cool stuff going on in the parks this week, but now we're going to take a little bit of a walk back in time, if you will, to an attraction, 3D show that I had the experience of checking out. I hope you did too. We're going to take a look back at a little thing called Honey, I Shrunk the Audience.
Well, hello. As you can see, I use my shrinking machine to not only shrink my size, but also my personal hover pod. Now I get 22 miles to the teaspoon.
Why should I entrust the most expensive piece of research equipment to a boy with a snake round his neck?
Because I can turn it on.
Right! Bring on the duplicator. This fantastic machine can make exact replicas of any object at all.
Insert item to be duplicated now.
Now, as I understand it, Nick, all you do is you drop the object into the chamber, you press the button, and presto! It's so easy, even a child can do it. So now all we need is something to duplicate.
Commencing copy mode.
What?
Adam! Get down, you're not supposed to play on that!
No, quickly, turn the machine off! I said, turn it off!
I don't know how!
What do you mean you don't know how? I thought you said you knew how to work it!
He only showed me how to turn it on!
Oh, great! Well, pull the plug!
There is no plug. It's gotta be nuclear powered or something.
Cut it!
It's nuclear what?
Where are all the mics going?
Towards the theater.
It's perfect for those who long for the companionship of a pet, but none of the associated mess or mice.
Give it more power.
Too much! Too much!
You have your safety goggles firmly secured on your forehead.
Dr. Channing, look out!
Don't just stand there. Get Zelinsky.
Yes, sir.
It's okay. Don't worry, everybody. I've been through this before. Dad! Dad, we're down here!
Everybody okay in there?
Hold on.
Oh, no! Gigabyte! Don't make any sudden movements. I haven't fed him yet today. Help! Somebody! Down here! Mom! Way to go, Quark!
He's fixed it! See? I told you everything would be fine. Zelinsky, this had better work. Otherwise the Institute will be ruined. Think of all those tiny lawsuits.
Hold on, everybody. Here we go. Way to go, Dad.
Hey, little buddy. Big.
Humongous.
Wayne, you didn't.
Honey, I did. I blew up the dog.
Awesome!
Bring in the curtain! Bye, everybody! See you again same time next year! With any luck.
Snake boy.
Bring that door!
Stay boy.
Hurry, call security!
Quark, get over here. No,
Watch out for
not
his
there.
tail!
Not there.
Your is crushing Institute property!
Stay, Quark.
No!
Stay boy.
Help! Call the SPCA! Call the National
Come here, boy.
Guard!
Come here. Come here, Quark. Come on, Quark. Sit. No, don't sit.
Bad boy, Quark. You know better than that.
Isn't this dog
Don't let him get near the cable.
During the 80s and early 90s, Epcot's Journey into Imagination Pavilion proved to be a success and a fan favorite. One problem that arose, however, was the fact that the 3D film in the theater, Captain EO, had not aged well since its debut in 1986. Imagineers planned on a new 4D film starring the cast of the hit Honey, I Shrunk the Kids franchise. The cast from the original films, including Rick Moranis reprising his role as Wayne Zelinsky, as well as Marcia Strassman as his wife, and newcomer to the franchise Eric Idle, who portrays Dr. Nigel Channing, who would become a larger part of the pavilion than anyone ever imagined. Captain EO closed on July 6, 1994, and Imagineers added new special effects and interactive elements to the theater for the new film. Honey, I Shrunk the Audience was sponsored by Kodak and opened at Epcot on November 21st, 1994. As you entered the pre-show area, you were told to pick up your presentation safety goggles, aka 3D glasses, for the Inventor of the Year award ceremony that will see Zelinsky claim the award for his incredible shrinking machine. A pre-show video was shown on the monitors in the waiting area, giving the audience safety instructions. Some of the inventions at the Institute were shown, and a True Colors music video. After guests entered the Imagination Institute's theater, they're told to put on their safety glasses because of some of the scientific demonstrations we would be partaking in. The ceremony began as the crew searches for Wayne, who finally flies onto the stage and out to the audience, miniaturized on a gadget called a helipod. While waiting for Wayne to get back after a crash landing, Channing introduces the family, including his wife Diane, sons Nick and Adam, who brought along their pet python and mouse, and the family dog Quark. Nick says he can demonstrate his dad's new invention, the Dimensional Duplicator, which can make replicas of any item. Adam puts his mouse in the machine, and 1,000 mice are duplicated, and the sensation of mice at the audience's feet is felt. Yeah, that was fun. They then use a holographic pet cat that changes into a lion and comes into the face of guests to scare away the mice. Wayne finally joins the presentation at normal size for the shrinking machine demo. After an accident, Zelinsky accidentally shrinks the audience with the machine along with Nick. The viewers are then almost crushed, blinded by Adam and his camera, and then picked up by the young boy. The theater was actually on a platform that moved up to 4 inches high during the presentation to simulate the theater moving and shaking when Adam picks it up. Of course, Nick's python, Gigabyte, is hungry and comes after the audience, but is soon chased off by Quark. Zelinsky makes adjustments to the machine and transforms the audience back to normal size. Unfortunately, Quark ran by the machine as well and is blown up to a gigantic size. Quark peeks through the curtains and sneezes on the viewers to end the presentation. Honey, I Shrunk the Audience was a hit at Epcot and replaced Captain EO in all of the other Disney parks. The next park to run the show was Tokyo Disneyland, where it was called Micro Adventure and opened on April 15, 1997. Disneyland's version of the show opened in Tomorrowland on May 22, 1998. It opened at Disneyland Paris on March 28, 1999. While the film remained a hit in the parks, the death of Michael Jackson prompted the return of Captain EO as a tribute in place of the show. Honey, I Shrunk the Audience first closed in Disneyland on January 4th, 2010, followed by Disneyland Paris on May 3rd, Epcot on May 9th, and Tokyo Disneyland on May 10th. Many rumors have been swirling about what will replace Captain EO when the tribute ends, but it's uncertain if Honey, I Shrunk the Audience will return or a whole new film will be presented. My thoughts on Honey, I Shrunk the Audience: I really enjoyed it. I can remember my first trip to Florida and checking out Honey, I Shrunk the Audience. It was one of the only things I remember doing at Epcot, really. I don't think I did a whole lot that trip at Epcot because I was 8 years old, and I was just sort of like, let's go back to Magic Kingdom, which kills me now because, I mean, Body Wars, World of Motion, all the Wonders of Life Pavilion itself, everything, Horizons, it was all there, and I was just like, I don't want any of it. And now I want all of it. But I remember Honey, I Shrunk the Audience. I remember freaking out about the snake when I was little, and the mice was like, oh god. But you know, as I got older, I went on every time I went back to Disney, I went on it, and I had more fun with it. You knew it was coming, but it was still a lot of fun. I actually got to see it in Disneyland as well. That was one of the first things we did on our Disneyland trip. My first time with the chorus, because here's a shocker, a lot of things were closed, so we like ran over to Space Mountain. It was closed. So fun. We just sort of stood there like, they're gonna move that sign that says temporarily closed or not, and they didn't, even though it was me and my friends. Thankfully that was open, and it's right next to Space Mountain, so I do believe that was actually the first thing at Disneyland I ever did, funny enough. So yeah, but I enjoyed the show. I thought it was funny. If it would come back, I would be happy. If they came up with something new that was just as good, I would be happy with that as well, because I enjoy Captain EO. I think of it as like a Mystery Science Theater type thing, where it's sort of just like an in-joke, and I laugh at a lot of it. It's Commander Bog, you know, a lot of that funny stuff. I find it funny, but it's nostalgic. But if Honey, I Shrunk the Audience came back, I wouldn't complain. And if it didn't, and something better came back, I wouldn't complain either. So we'll just have to see what happens. But Honey, I Shrunk the Audience was fun while it was there. Alright, well that does it for this week. Until the next episode, don't forget to subscribe on YouTube, youtube.com/HitchHostShow. Look out for those Ride Day Friday ride-throughs, Disney World and Disneyland, yeah. You can follow us on Twitter, @HitchHostShow. Like the Facebook page, facebook.com/HitchHostShow, and Instagram is also @HitchHostShow. Until next time, don't forget to for another episode.